Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Queen's Room Podcast. It is she, me, her, I, the Queen herself, and I got a brand new guest. You ain't never seen this melanated goddess before, but that's okay. It's the first time for everything. Today we have with us the wonderful Jess is in the building today. Go say hi to the people.
Hi.
So I know y'all see the title, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute, but y'all know how this go. In the beginning, it's either an icebreaker or some poetry. And guess who don't feel like doing no poetry today? So we got an icebreaker question today. And if you want to see a whole episode of these crazy ass questions, go back and check out Let's Play a Game on Queens World Podcast, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, all that. All that. Okay. We play Would You Rather, and y'all know me. I'm with the shit. So, today's icebreaker question is: would you rather have a head, have your head be the size of a tennis ball or the size of a watermelon?
Oh, I would rather have it the size of a watermelon. I don't want no little bitty ass head. Look, do you see these shoulders? These shoulders are big. I would legit look like the little guy off of Beetlejuice. That's what I would look like. Don't play. I would rather have a big head. And then people will just think I get like lots of knowledge or something.
Listen, I already got a big forehead. I have a lot of space up there anyway. So, because some watermelons ain't that big. And
Right. They
some
have the small.
watermelons are already head size. It might be a little elongated. But that tennis ball joint, nah. The first thing I thought of was Beetlejuice.
See? See?
Or something just the sprinkle. No, you're not about to have me.
And then let me mess around and put my hair up in a ponytail. Okay? Then I'll look exactly like it. So it's okay.
Man,
Watermelon head. You can call me a watermelon head and everything. I be that.
I'm just trying to picture my locks on a tennis ball.
Girl.
And
I'm
then
trying.
if it's shaped like a tennis ball, the dog's gonna go crazy when nah, bruh.
That's what I was thinking. Like, look, you not. No.
I'm not running for my life for the rest of my life. No,
No. And
no.
then you couldn't even get a dog.
Listen,
So,
listen, that part. This child, listen here. Okay, listen. I just listen. People who are original owners of testicles and penises. It's something I just was not clicking, Steve.
I love it.
Anyway, today's episode. Let's go back to my original statement earlier today. Today's episode, you see the title. You understand me? Poly or pass. And if you don't know what poly is, it's short term for polyamory or being polygamous, having multiple partners, or maintaining multiple relationships at a time, being thruples, all of that good stuff. So we're just gonna come right out the gate, immediately jump right into it. Have you ever been in a poly relationship?
I have not,
Mm-hmm.
but I have asked to be in those type of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I just passed on it. Um,
So, for the people who don't know, see the thing about my show is I try to get like be real in depth, and transparent because there's no point of faking. You ain't got to lie, Craig. And I feel like the more authentic and real you are, the more you connect with people. So, have I been in a poly relationship? Yes. And not everybody know because not everybody knew that. I was in what more be considered a throuple. We were all in a relationship together, but we had our separate relationships with one another.
Hmm.
And it was all women. And yeah, so that's it. That was just, but that's all we're gonna say about that for right now, because the question was, have you ever been in a poly relationship?
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go back to that.
Listen, we're definitely gonna have to get into it with these questions.
Hmm.
So the next question is, would you be in one, and why or why not?
Me personally, I couldn't be in one. Um, I don't. I'm not too good with the sharing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to share my man. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to share my girl. Nothing like that. Mine, all mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. It's just that's one person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, not like multiple people. But
Mm-hmm.
to each his own. You know what I mean? No judgment or whatever. So yeah.
Would I be in one again for me? Um, let me try to say this correctly, and let me just try to explain this correctly. So, would I be in another one? Okay, fuck no, absolutely not. Never the fuck again. Don't try me like that. Just because we was in the throuple by accident. Please don't judge me. Yes, I said I got into it by accident. I don't want to
So
go
we
into
gonna revisit that too, huh?
that. That might have to be a whole episode on its own, like a story time of how I ended up in the throuple by accident. Um, but no, for at the time, me and my then girlfriend, we had decided that we were going to look for a third. We were supposed to look for a third. Emphasis on we, meaning you weren't supposed to make this decision alone. They made the decision alone, and it was somebody I was not attracted to mentally, emotionally, or physically. Um, I eventually gained like some sort of like tolerance for it, to enough to engage in activities, but I did not I didn't and I was upset because we already agreed to add another person to our relationship. If we are adding another person to our relationship, then we need to agree on who's added. And I felt like the other person always made like these silent competitions, but the one of my stipulations was, if we're going to do this, then we're going to have a hierarchy. Like, it's me and then her. Like, period. That's the only way I would allow this. And my then partner told me that was okay, but I don't think that ever got relayed to the other person. And me being the type of person I am, having the personality that I do, and then plus I didn't want to really be in the situation, but I stayed in it anyway. I reminded them every single day, bitch, it's me before you every day, all the time. I'm number one, you're number two, every day. And it was real petty and unnecessary, because me and her were both stupid for even agreeing to be in a situation like that. Like, I thank God for deliverance, because baby, what was I going through? And I wouldn't do it now just because I didn't like the way I felt about myself in that situation. I didn't like what I had felt like I reduced myself to, just to be with this other person. And I'm like, we're not doing that. And if anything makes me feel like that in a relationship, I'm not doing that shit. Um, and then it was too much. It was too much, because it's their emotions, my emotions, another person. Well, you got three women, they all PMSing. Then it was then it was the things that would get done to make it seem like it was competition, or to try to prove some point. And I'm not doing all of that. So yeah, that ended. Me and my partner had stayed together. And then my partner and I ended up getting married and then divorced. So, but it shouldn't have been a relationship after that. Like, we had broken up for a time, and we probably should have stayed broken up. But instead of breaking up, we got married.
Hmm.
Those was the choices at the time, and I don't know how I got to those choices, but those was the choices at that time. So would I do it again now? No. If the first experience had went better and it was under different circumstances, would I be saying that now? Who knows? But as for right now and forever now, for the rest of the days,
Mm.
because that went how it went, no, no. Because jealousy is real. Even if you try to say like you're secure, jealousy is real. I would. It's different to be like I can handle it, and then to see your significant other kiss another person or
Uh,
touch another person, make another bitch laugh in front of me, and you. No, I had some of the most violent thoughts of my life in that situation. So fuck no for that. Mm. So an even better question now is, why do you think like the poly life or polyamory has become so popular lately? Like I'm seeing it everywhere, everything. Yeah, that
mm-hmm.
Sister Wives show is still on. I don't know why.
Um, I don't know. Like personally, I feel like it's, and it could not be this, but this is my opinion. I feel like because a lot of time nowadays, a lot of people are cheating.
Mm,
And some people decide to stay in the relationship with them for whatever reason,
mm,
and that person is still cheating. So it seems like it's one of those things, is if you can't beat them, join them. So you wind up being with somebody, being in that situation because you feel like that person is going to still cheat anyways. Or it could be that your partner might like the same sex as you,
mm,
and they want to have the best of both worlds type of thing, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So it could be like things like that, try to have your cake and eat it too type of situation, you know
yeah.
um because
How you
then at that.
perfectly just described how I accidentally ended up in my throuple with your first point. Yeah, because
See.
I was with a cheater, and instead of leaving the cheater, which made more sense to me, like I felt like you gonna do it, so I need to get like if this is what we doing, we might as well. But they didn't
Do
want an
it
open
together.
relationship; they wanted like an extra person. I'm like, well, you
I
cheated
don't
on
know.
us. What?
It's hard. Like you said, it's easy to say that you can sit up here and you can be in it or whatever, but as soon as, especially if you've been in that relationship with you and that person,
Yeah,
just you and that person for a while, and then you decide to bring somebody else in, it's gonna be completely different. You know what I mean? It's going to feelings are going to change, no matter if you are a secure
mhm.
person or not. You're still going to have that little bit of jealousy because you don't have this person to yourself all this time,
Yeah, for
and now
years.
all of a sudden here comes somebody else.
Yeah, like I ain't, and then it makes you have these feelings of, oh, I'm not enough. I must not be enough. And then the
Right.
question I have for people who are poly and they have more than two partners or they're trying to add more than two partners, I'm just thinking like eventually for the people who are able to do it, a bond must have been stuck. Because imagine it's only two partners. You got two extra partners. Y'all a throuple, y'all whatever. Y'all have to be faithful because I see a lot of men that have this dynamic with a polyamory. The women can only talk to him, but he can keep adding women and keep adding women and keep adding women, but they can't go out and
See
do
that,
whatever.
and that's what I was wondering. Like, so wouldn't it be like a whole type of, basically a pyramid type of thing?
Yeah, like
Like
he's just trying to bear the
my
harem.
girl
That's
got a
not really
girlfriend.
poly. Yeah, the girl's got to like, but if she bring another dude in, he is not gonna like that. He's not gonna be a fan of that. Like if you want another girl, like to me, because there are like what people describe as open relationship where you are very sure and set on we are the main two people and we have other people that we talk to that's extracurricular, but we never all come together.
Mm.
more poly people, they'll have their relationship with everybody, and sometimes those people have relationships amongst themselves. But there was one lady I seen; she had 7 boyfriends.
Mm,
They
mm,
all live with her.
mm.
Um, and I'm just like, what you gonna do with 7?
Nope, you shouldn't have asked.
What you gonna do with 7 separately? Like that's a lot of
You
meat.
know,
That's a
maybe
lot
not separately. I don't know.
of
Whatever floats her boat. All boats, I guess.
mm, and
Maybe she
then
wanted to feel like Snow White. There you go.
chop.
Snow White and the Seven. You know what? There you go. Maybe she the real life Snow White. There you
You know they
go.
was
Sleepy. Oh, what?
punk
Oh, girl. Yeah, then definitely. Okay.
because I'm like, for me it was
Say
so many
less.
parts of it because we were a throuple for a little while, and I couldn't do it, so I said, if we're gonna do this, y'all have y'all relationship, we have our relationship because I don't want to have a relationship with her, because I don't like her in any way, shape, or form. And then to be in that position and then find out all this information about this person, like I found out she's lied about this, never did this, never did that, and I'm just like, so you try not to, but you make the comparison game. Certain things happen to make you insecure. Like I'm me, I feel a certain way about me, and like you said, no matter how secure you are, and then you see what the other person like, and whether you say you would or you wouldn't, you're going to compare yourself to the other person. So I used to be like, well, what's wrong with me then if you like this?
Right.
This is what you like. But then I had to think, like, you can't even diss old girl because you're still here. Like, you're here. She was able to pull you and that one. So in her head, she got y'all on the same level playing field. And that started to bother me too. Like, I can't be like, oh, this is what you like. Okay, but you somehow you got me too. And I'm still here and you got me to agree to this shit. So then that's where I don't like how I feel about me can't start it to come in. Like, why? What is like? What you going through? Child, I was going through it. I would be in the rain, outside on the porch in the rain, crying. Just all
Mm-mm.
kind of,
Not that you was a 90s R&B video.
just all kinds of emotion and things happening. And I'm just like, what's really going on? Like, what's really going on? What's really happening right now?
Look,
That
anything that got you crying like that, you don't
child,
even, it's not even good to have it in your life. Anything that makes you ugly cry.
because it was that unrecognizable cry that like, what are you going through? Life is super hard. My dog just died type of cry. Like I what the stuff that I was allowing and the stuff that was happening was crazy to me because why? 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 That's why I don't ever put like the demise of my relationship with my ex-wife. I don't put it all on her because some of the stuff, why?
Mhm.
Just
Right.
why, bruh? Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would that be okay? Like, are you okay? Evidently not. But I mm-mm, mm-mm. And I know you're a mother, so I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna ask this question. Would you be okay if your child were ever in a poly relationship in the future?
Um, honestly, just as long as he's not living under my roof, I don't care what he does, just as long as he's not hurting nobody or committing any kind of crimes. And he ain't having a whole bunch of babies and not taking care of them.
Mm,
Because if you're gonna be with multiple women and they know about each other and they fine with that, you're gonna be in the poly or whatever,
mm,
that's okay, whatever, to each his own. Okay, this is your life. I'm not, look, I'm your mother, but you old
Mm,
enough to do whatever. But, you get, if you wind up having babies with these women or whatever, you going to take care of all of them because they all yours and you already know what you're doing. So,
yeah.
but first of all, don't be bringing me multiple grandkids
At the same
because
time,
look,
no, no.
right, because look, this is, it's not about to happen, Captain. Like, look, okay, I'm gonna claim one, and then a few years later, I'm gonna claim the other ones. Okay, I know that sounds messed up, but you know what? Okay.
Listen, for me, I don't have any children yet, but because I've been through the experience, specifically, like I wouldn't like it either way. I'm sorry, I wouldn't like it either way. And specifically, if I had a daughter, because I'd be like, no,
Mm.
mommy made sure that you had a good father and a good man as your father, and all of this, that's and third. And I know I don't believe marriage is for everybody. That's something else.
Mm-mm.
So just like every type of relationship ain't for everybody, but just be single if you want to just do whatever and have all these extra people around. That is my opinion. Because certain dynamics of the poly life I don't like the ones who are mainly men who they have all these women, but the women can't talk to everybody else. That's not poly.
Oh yeah, see, no, that's what we not
That's
doing.
not poly, sir. Ma'am, that's not poly if you got all these men and they can't be with nobody but you. That's not what poly is.
Right. You
And
just, oof.
I don't want my child to ever feel like they're not enough for the person that they're with. So if it's somebody that you want to be with, make sure they just want to be with you. And if you're not into the poly life, do not let nobody convince you to do it just to be with them. Don't try
Okay.
it out because you can try it out and get trapped. Because what do you, I don't, like I said, don't judge nobody. But what do you need that many people for? You know how much time one relationship takes.
Cause you know what? Cause I guess together they build the perfect person. Sadly to say, when you think about it, like when you be dating multiple people at the same time, and then you sit there and you pick, you're just like, well, this person got these qualities, this person got these qualities, and this person got these qualities. And the first thing that you think of is like, damn, I wish that all these qualities can be into one person. You know what I mean? But then you wind up, and unfortunately that's what happens. You be in this relationship with somebody that got the majority of the qualities that you're looking for, but then you at work or whatever and you run into somebody that got the rest of those qualities, and then you wind up falling for them because they got those other qualities that you're looking for, but then
Mhm.
together they just like, they're like 100%, because it's 50-50. And so I don't know.
You
Like,
trying
I
to
mean,
out here trying to build a bitch or build a boo. I'm not an
look,
architect.
I told, look, once Amazon come out with, build your own spouse or whatever, I'm on it. Click.
What I want gonna be sold out. I know it is. I know it is. Be sold the fuck out. That shit gonna go up like Bitcoin. It's just that's another question. Who do you think? I think men versus women. Who do you think are more likely to have poly relationships or to encourage the poly life?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna say men
Mm-hmm.
because, yeah.
I figured
I,
it because
yeah,
men
I mean,
men be
despite the
meaning.
woman, despite Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and whatever, that's a little different. I don't know about that. But, I know there are women out there that have like, two or three husbands or boyfriends or whatever. But you just mostly see it with men. Like, what was that comedian? He's on Wild and Out.
Little one, not look Jesus.
Oh, girl,
The
he
stop
got
Nick
multiple kids,
Cannon,
huh?
Nick Cannon himself.
No, no, he got multiple kids and multiple baby
DC.
mamas. No, not DC on Fly. The other one's like I forgot his name, but he had a stand up and he was talking about how he has two girlfriends or whatever, you know.
Michael
Uh,
Blackson,
no,
because
no.
he had two girlfriends. He was on a whole show about it.
Oh, really? See, that's what I'm
Or
talking
is
about.
it D? It might be D Ray because D Ray also has two girlfriends.
Yeah, him.
Hmm.
Yeah, D Ray. Yeah, it's him. So, and then so just like I said, I've been approached by men to be in a relationship with them and their girlfriend or them and their wife or
Hmm.
whatever. And I'm just like I just couldn't. I don't want nobody else's man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm still old fashioned. I
Hmm.
still believe in marriage despite of all the shit that I've,
Me too. And being
been
divorced.
through. But I still believe in marriage, and I say unfortunately because I've never been married or anything, but I grew up seeing it,
Hmm.
seeing a marriage. So I know what I want. However, a lot of people nowadays look at marriage as something completely different. They just
Hmm.
look at it as a title.
Hmm.
And that's probably the case, with the poly thing. They just look at it as a title. Like I said, that whole have your cake and eat it too type of thing,
Hmm.
build yourself a perfect spouse. Shoot, you have one that's 50%, get another one that's 50%, bring them both together. Shit, you got somebody that don't cook, but another one that suck dick. So there you go.
You get all you hitting all your exes one box. I don't. I just don't see. I see some women doing it because there's a lady on TikTok who have two husbands, but she moved to Nigeria, and I've said previously about the lady who had the seven boyfriends. But I do see a lot more men doing it, but the way they're doing it is not how
It's
I would
wrong.
describe poly life. It's just like I have you and you can't have nobody else. You want me to
Right.
join your harem,
But
basically. You want
see,
me to join into you, but I'm I'm already clearly not enough for you.
mhm,
But you're supposed to be enough for me, but you spread out amongst me and these
right,
other people. So I don't. That's another. I don't think that part of that is fair
right.
because how are you spread out and that's supposed to be enough? Because I already got to wait my turn for everything. Because some of the relationships, the women don't have anything to do with each other.
Right.
They just want to be. So if it's not like that type of structure where everybody is, cool with one another. And then what if y'all have kids that I would not feel comfortable having children in this situation? It was a child.
Well, isn't that the show Sister Wives or something? And
They all live
they
in
had
separate
kids,
houses.
and then the kids wind up like
No, the
dating
kid. They don't. None
each
of them
other or
respect
something.
their the
Huh?
kids. None of the kids respect their father. None of the kids are. None of them really like the father. With the newest wife on the show, she's like clearly the favorite, and the kids see that her kids take precedent over the other kids, and she was brand new because he had been with the other ladies for. They had a bond in a relationship, but they had three separate houses. Punch day, so but they weren't. They all got married.
Hmm.
So I'm like, so the women are supposed to be enough for you, but we're supposed to. I got to give you my everything, but I only get some of your return. That's not. No, that's not fair at all. I already don't see you, and then if you have three different houses, and then you have to be able to take care. If you want to be that type of man, and you say you want to do it, you have to be able to take care of all them households
And all them kids.
and all them kids. You have to be present. So for me, it's like you put unnecessary stress on yourself because you have to be able to maintain all these relationships. You have not fully given yourself to none of these people, but you want them to be fully given to you. That doesn't make any sense, bruh.
So, a funny thing, two things. Okay, so Nick Cannon,
Mm. He can
I
afford
don't
him.
know if you've ever heard about him talk about his kids or like having kids with multiple women.
Mm-hmm.
Like he says that he does not, I think he was on the Breakfast Club and he was saying that he does not own these women. Like he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want them to feel like he owns them or anything, but these
Mm-hmm.
women just have his baby. So I was on TikTok yesterday and it was this girl that was talking about, she was like, one thing Nick Cannon will do is take a good maternity shoot. And she had all this, because see, for a moment I was confused because I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, didn't he just have a baby? And I'm like, this, because some of the women kind of look similar
Yes, he
too.
definitely has a type. He
Exactly.
definitely has a type.
And so I was kind of
One of the
confused.
babies passed away, and then another girl had
Yeah. Yeah, that was really,
is
yeah.
somebody pregnant right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they just had a maternity. Anyways, so my thing is like, so with him, I don't, it's like, is he with the, I know he's not with these women, but I'm just, I don't know. It's just really,
Yeah, it's really
it's just, can you hear me?
yeah. Yes, I can. It's just I don't know. And then I don't. It's a reason. It's a reason I don't talk about that life that I
I
lived
can't
for.
hear
It was a
you.
whole year. It lasted a year because that was another one of my stipulations. Like, if we're gonna do this, I will do it for a year. Um, and I shouldn't have done it at all. It's a little technical difficulties. We'll fix it in just a second. Just a second. But if we're gonna do this, I don't want to do it at all. I don't want to do it at all. There we go.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. So I was just saying, that's one of the reasons why I don't like talking about it because uh, it's not anything I would like to promote. I don't care if you do it, but anything that I would like to promote, anything I want to do over again, I don't want anybody to get any ideas or even try to approach me with it because when I cuss you clean out from here to Timbuktu, you'll understand why. That whole experience was traumatizing for me. And then the questions people get want to ask you about it, baby, the strength you have to just eat certain things, like, and I mean like emotions, like just take that on the chin. I don't know why I was doing that. I don't know why I was doing it. Like at the time, I felt like I love this person this much, and I was here first because you mentioned like if y'all all start off like that, cool. But me and my ex at the time had been together for 5 years already. Or we celebrated our 5 year anniversary in that whole thing. And so a lot of the times we had to deal with stuff like, oh, she know you better than me. I do.
Right. You just got here.
I do. You literally just got here. I've been through this, this phase of the love bombing phase. I already been through this with this person. I already know. You in for the rude way because she real sweet right now. Wait till that motherfucker get mad. Wait till this person get drunk. I've been through all of that already. So just you wait. Or you feel like I do feel a certain way because I've been here longer than you. No matter what, I have 5 years on with this person on you. And it was a couple of times where the other person, it's just women, we all women being catty. It's just like we're trying to make comments. It's like, you being mean to me. I don't like you.
Right.
I don't like you. I resent you. I resent what you represent. I don't like me right now for allowing this. And I'm gonna take it out on you. Yes. That last part wasn't right. But hey, that's what it was at the time. And that was it's 10 years ago now. If I'm looking at the years, 10 years ago. So I I still wouldn't do it again. Um the experience let me know that I can be enough for somebody by myself. And the moment a motherfucker try to make me feel like I'm not enough, I'm gonna make it less than enough for you. If I'm not enough right now, I can help you with that math problem, and I can subtract myself all the way. Since I'm not enough, I won't be nothing to you. So
Mhm.
now you want to add another person, add two or three more. Add as many as you want to. And to my knowledge, none of us that were in that throuple have ever been in another poly relationship.
Mhm.
None of us. That was my first one. It was gonna be the only one.
Well,
Cause mm-mm,
I
mm,
wonder people that do decide to be in poly relationships
mm,
when they don't work, do they try to be in another one?
mm,
So then you would have to start over with all new people. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Because yeah, because ain't no way I can see myself like doing doing that again. I would be in jail. First
hmm.
of all, I haven't been in a relationship in some years now at this point, and I'm fine with that. But I feel like the longer I'm single, the more that I see like what's popular or what people want to do now. Like the poly thing is one thing. I'm because we was trying to figure out who on the cast. Like I love DC Young Fly, but one of the things he said was he want to have 10 kids. He want to have 10 kids, but he don't necessarily, see himself getting married anytime soon. He's like that shit is a contract, and I'm just like, so you gonna have 10 kids with somebody, and you never gonna. But if that's okay with whoever you doing it with, cool. If they feel like you feel like it,
Look,
go ahead. But I'm not doing that.
somebody will be happy to be his 10th baby mama. Okay, look,
Well, he working. He got 2 kids right now, and his girl is pregnant with the third. So if you can afford him, he will. Him and Nick
hey,
Cannon should have lots to talk about. We'll have
that's
all
what I'm
their babies and children. But as far as the poly life, go off. Do you? I'm not doing that shit though.
saying.
Go
Right?
ahead.
I
I
know.
can see the appeal, but it's always real appealing until you get in it.
Right? Yeah,
And if that's something you're gonna do as a woman, because I'm a woman, as a woman speaking to other women, make sure you can handle those type of emotions.
because it's a lot. I mean, I
Because
wouldn't know, but I'm just saying, like, I can
are
assume that
you
it's a lot.
ready to see somebody that you love and care about, that you only share yourself with, knowingly know, like, because sometimes they live in the same house and sometimes they don't. If you're gonna be in a situation where you live in the same house, are you prepared to see? Are you prepared to see your person with somebody else,
Right?
hugging somebody else,
Are
kissing?
you ready to deal with vindictive people?
Because you could be the
Because
one. You could be the
in
one.
relationships, people get vindictive, and if you dealing with multiple people, they can, you know, they be up there like, I'm gonna get you back because you was spending more time with them than I did, type of thing. So, you know,
Mm-mm. You
I
go
don't know.
right ahead, because I will be in jail. And then we had a situation where the main component in our relationship, or the reason why we were a throuple, did get locked up, did go to jail, was facing 10 years. And at a time when I was like, okay, let's put the differences aside, because the main person that we care about, we need to make sure they get out. Da da da. Da. I did the brunt of me and my ex's family did the brunt of making that stuff happen. They were just over here useless, and I was just like, if we're gonna be in this situation together, if I'm gonna stay in this, then you got to pull your weight
Hmm.
financially, emotionally, all of that, because With you here, it's become more work, and it should have been less because that's another way that it got like presented to me. Like she here to take the burden off of this, that, and the third. We'll all be making money. We'll all have. When it came down to it, end up being me, the only person working. What happened to this? What happened to what I? Mm.
Right.
So when the year mark was approaching or was happening, came up and it didn't seem like a decision was going to be made. I'm like, well, I'm about to dip because I already said I'm only doing this for so long. I'm about to dip. I don't know what's going on.
Wait, hold on. I gotta get my charger.
Okay. Yeah. Live in separate houses. What I be trying to understand is how do you know that the other person will have another person? Because if you're, I have to wait till I see you. I don't want to schedule days with somebody that I'm supposed to be in a relationship with unless we both busy. Now I'm scheduling days to be with you or spend time with you because it's other people
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta wait my turn. Like we all waiting for the same popsicle, literally. No, 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 no. Who
Never.
finna wait? No.
Nope.
And then I know that you've had sex with this other person and this other person and this other person.
Hmm. I mean, but
How am I supposed to
that's
be
how it is
okay
in
with
real
that?
life, though. I mean, still, I
No,
guess
yeah, because you
I guess the only difference is that you know who done hopped on it at that point. I
like you
guess.
know for sure because you I mean you could trust somebody and you never know what they're gonna do regardless, but now you know. You know. You know. So not only I have to trust you, then I'm trusting that you trust this other person.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you know they not like I gotta trust that you faithful and these other people is faithful because they're not faithful. They can give something to you, you give something to me. Because I know all of these people is not using protection. I know
Mm,
y'all not. I know y'all not. I
nope.
know you not. I know you not. So don't even lie and say that you is because I know you're not. If you say you are, you're a liar. You're a fucking liar. I know you're not.
Filthy one.
No, no. So if we're going to wrap this up here, but I will say this because I always have my last words and my closing. And I sometimes have three closings like a pastor, but I don't think I'm going to have that this time.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to be poly, go ahead, do you. You grown, you pay your own bills, you know what I'm saying? You have your own life and your own things that you do. Don't ask me to do that shit with you though. If you're interested in that life and that's what you want to do, you're not interested in me any longer. And I'm letting you know that you're not interested in me. Because I don't want that. You're not going to convince me to do that. It's not going to happen. Also, be safe, people.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe. If you're going to be out here, like I be calling it, throwing the dick around like Halloween candy, just
I like a hot potato, like Megan Thee Stallion said. Hey,
listen, throwing it like candy at the Mardi Gras parade. And if you're going to be here
girl,
popping that little pussy,
shoot,
make sure you go to the doctor, sis.
or
Bro,
passing it around like collection plate at church.
this everybody done put their hand in it. If that's
Ooh,
what you
yeah.
want to if that's what you want to do and how you want to do it, go the fuck off. Do you. But you're not finna do it with me. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
So, do you have any last words or anything you want to impart on the people?
Um, Ladies, go watch She's Gotta Have It on Netflix. Watch the first season, maybe the second season. Second season was a
Nola
little
was something
different.
else.
Huh?
I said Nola was something else.
Girl, but she was on to something. And when she invited them over for Thanksgiving. Let me tell
I
you something.
remember that episode.
Girl, that was the last episode. And I love that Prince song that she was playing. But look, that's how it be. And it's just it's crazy, but a lot of women are starting to get like that because of things that's going on.
Hey, if you start treating these men how they treat women, then you want to get called masculine and you mannish and da 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 da. And it's always people who feel like they have a chance with you, but they never really did anyway, who make those comments. Because let me tell you something, of the men I've encountered, when I say like I'm a thug or people be like I'm mannish, the men who have been blessed with access to me, and I don't mean physically, I mean access to me, like you're able to speak to me. Don't none of them think that. Hell, one called me a cotton ball. Like they think I'm soft. They think they have thought I was soft. They think I'm feminine, you know, of the men who have been allowed access to me in the past. Uh, it's just always somebody who thought they had a chance who feels like that. And you didn't have a chance. You wouldn't have a chance either way. And let me tell you, men, this ain't got nothing to do with this episode, but I'm gonna tell you this: insulting a woman is never how you get any pussy. I don't know who told y'all that or how y'all got to that conclusion, but insulting her is never how you get some pussy. Making her feel like, again, wait until next week. Got an episode out coming out called "Catch This," and it's about a little bit about what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, that sounds like
So
an episode I want to be on.
I already recorded it, but it can definitely be a part two because I do like to get a man's and a woman's perspective on things. And I might, do a polyamorous too with some men and see how they feel about it. Because they usually are the ones who like this idea, but they like the poly their way.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, and I just don't give a fuck. But I
Mhm.
might I might think about doing a poly, maybe
Mhm.
with like two men. But men just be on bullshit. You know what I mean? And female be on bullshit. People be on bullshit, period.
Yeah,
And
because I was in
I
all
can
female
only
ones.
handle so much bullshit at a time. And
Child.
I just don't want to handle somebody else's bullshit. And then I gotta handle somebody else's bullshit. And then I gotta handle somebody else's bullshit and then deal with my bullshit. Like,
Wow.
more power to the people that are in these poly relationships because you dealing with all kinds of bullshit.
And
So,
then have to deal with regular humans on a daily basis.
and that's a whole nother bullshit on its own.
Listen,
So,
that's a compound bullshit. That's a carry
look,
to three multiplied by 10 to the third power pi Pythagorean theorem
look.
amount of
I've been,
bullshit.
I've been working from home for almost 2 years now. I have noticed that there is only so little bullshit that I can now
Yeah.
endure
Yes.
because it's like I've only been dealing with my bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody else's bullshit comes, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Mm. This is a bit much. I am at my bullshit meter for the day. I'm gonna have to clock
Right?
out.
It
You know,
is spiking.
listen, it's at a dangerous level. It's about to
Right,
overheat. The bullshit.
right.
It's about to overheat, and I can't. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna call this part one pilot pass. I'm gonna try to get some of the gracious gentlemen who have graced us here before to hop on this episode and see what they think and how they feel about it. I want to thank my lovely melanated guest Jess, and hopefully, I'm praying that she'll be back for more and other
I will.
episodes.
I got fun.
Cause we pros. I'm with the shits. Cons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the shits. But again.
I am with all the shits.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
see, all my alike people. You understand? Like minded, but still different perspectives. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Queen's Realm Podcast. Comment, like, subscribe, share. We'll be back on YouTube with this one. We'll be back on YouTube with this one. Last couple of episodes was audio only, but it is what it is. It's like I said already, it's my show. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Amen. Amen. Will he won't, when he will. But
Oh,
again, ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen, sayonara, arrivederci, huh? Guten Tag, guten Nick, auf Wiedersehen.